Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Yes, a few hours ago, there was good news that went very viral about Nnamdi Kanu. A lot of those following the movement for the actualization of Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu, followers and lovers and followers of freedom for the people, Nnamdi Kanu was given a verdict that's not just favorable but brings joy and smiles to the hopes of those who've been looking forward to Biafra. Well, fast forward now, the federal government have decided to speak about that verdict given to Nnamdi Kanu, and I do not think it will sit down well with a lot of persons who have already taken turns to celebrate and jubilate over this matter. Of course, Nigerians also in this same news have decided to react to the release or to the news given about Nnamdi Kanu. Some feel that it's a verdict or a gimmick by the federal government to do a lot, but it looks like they're beginning to see different news entirely on this matter. We're going to give you all this and much more in this news, but before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. But the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration has reacted to the ruling of the Court of Appeal concerning the trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, that's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Report has it that the appeal court had on Thursday upheld the appeal of the pro-Biafran activist and struck out charges leveled against him by the federal government. Reacting in a statement signed by his media aide, Dr. Umar Jibrilo Gwando, the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, stated that the court only discharged Kanu and not acquit him. The statement reads, and I quote, "Consequently, the appropriate legal options before the authorities will be exploited and communicated accordingly to the public. The decision handed down by the Court of Appeal was on a single issue or single issues that borders on rendition. Let it be made clear to the general public that other issues that predate rendition on the basis of which Kanu jumped bail remain valid and valid issues for judicial determination. The federal government will consider all available options open to us on the judgment on rendition while pursuing determination of pre-rendition issues." Okay, but a whole lot of us are just wondering, really, what's the difference between discharged and acquitted? He said it's discharged but not acquitted. So what's really the difference? A quick one before we feel the pulse of Nigerians and what Nigerians are saying about the verdict coming now that Peter Obi is trending. Well, according to dictionary meaning, acquittal is a verdict in the criminal case that the accused is not guilty of the offense. On the other hand, discharge is an order given by the magistrate that there are not enough grounds to lead the proceedings further against the accused. Discharge of the accused takes place prior to the framing of the charges. Then what does it really mean not to be acquitted? Because they said he's not acquitted. Well, a verdict of not guilty constitutes an acquittal. In other words, to find a defendant not guilty is to acquit. At trial, an acquittal occurs when the jury or the judge of a judge trial determines that the prosecution hasn't provided the defendant guilty or have not proved the defendant guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now you now see that they're saying that yes, he may be discharged, but definitely not acquitted. But a lot of Nigerians have been reacting to this news. We're going to take cross-section of what Nigerians are saying concerning this matter. Of course, they will look at it in the light of Peter Obi trending, Peter Obi being an Igbo man from the southeast, and Nnamdi Kanu always standing tall on Biafra actualization. What will be the fate of Peter Obi in this matter? Why now that Peter Obi is going to... I still believe Nnamdi Kanu, despite it all, owns it to be free. Because the truth be told, all grounds, both exploited and explored, have realized that Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned, brought in, in an illegal manner, okay, based on UN Charter and all the international law guarding bringing back people or from wherever they are to their host country or their country of birth. And all this, the government probably did not do well, as in they didn't go through the legal processes properly. So yes, the verdict is well deserving. But Nigerians are wondering, why now? Why now that Peter Obi have seemed to gotten the love of Nigerians? Do you honestly think that Mazi Nnamdi coming out would deter the movement? Or do you think Mazi Nnamdi coming out will now push for the actualization of Biafra, of which may be a total dent, or if not totally destroying the ambition of Peter Obi on the grounds of presidential election? But be that as it may, don't forget that not only the Southeasterners are clamoring for Peter Obi to become the president. I believe a whole lot of Nigerians out there also want him to be the president. It all depends now on how people look at the matter. But let's look at what Nigerians is saying very quickly. This one here is saying, well, whosoever the Son of Man sets free is free indeed. It's true. And the person says, shameless government, school, una no go, brain una no get, chai, malami, what is your problem? Yeah. Another person here is saying, only extortion and squandering. If federal government sets this guy free from prison, I swear, I'll leave this country. These guys have destroyed a lot of things in Lagos. Supreme Court, I don't understand. What concerns Nnamdi Kanu and what happened? NSAS happened everywhere, really. Why are you streamlining this whole NSAS issue on Nnamdi Kanu? He didn't start NSAS. He was not even in Nigeria when it started. And NSAS was a national phenomenon, was not a Lagos phenomenon. So, guy, be coming down a little, okay? Okay, let's continue with what another person here is saying. Another person here is saying, what you guys are looking for, surely get it. A court of competent jurisdiction has acquitted an obviously innocent man, but a less psychopathic doctrine must find a terminology to keep holding Nnamdi Kanu in unlawful captivity. One thing is clear, or the destination is undoubted. Not even Obi presidency is enough to assuage the feelings of Igbos and uncivilized world. Have you now seen what this young man is saying? He said, look, yes, indeed, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ought to be released, with due respect to everyone, okay, based on what is on ground, what the likes of senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Zahume, have said. Based on those grounds, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ought to be walking free. Okay, I'm looking at the legal terminologies right now, not just on ephemeral feelings of, loving someone or loving the mandate or loving the people, but it's on the grounds of legal, proceedings. Based on what Mike Zahume, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, have said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ought to be set free. Okay, now, this young man now is saying that whether Peter Obi likes it or not, Biafra actualization must come. The Igbos have been marginalized, they must go. Now, this is the fear of most Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians believe that the timing is perfect by the federal government, so that there will be a divided house by those following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and those following Peter Obi, knowing fully well that a lot of people have decided to pitch their tent on Peter Obi because they see him as a hope, probably the only hope we have right now, based on the caliber of presidential candidates we have, who can change the narrative of Nigerians. Now with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have a lot of loved followership. Once they realize that there's now an option to Peter Obi, don't you think? Just personal opinion now. A lot of people are saying the same thing on social media right now. If you go on social media, a lot of people are saying the same thing, that this is technical timing by the federal government. But the question is up to the Southeast to decide if they will allow their illustrious son to go in and change the narrative, or if they will go with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if eventually he's totally released. But I think it's a psychological game, really. Now they said he's discharged but not acquitted, which means, in other words, yes, we may not have a ground to hold him down, really, as in no proof enough ground, but they're still exploring another option, which means they'll still keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still in detention. Hopefully, that's based on what I'm hearing now. You don't know how to fare, but either which way, you're not totally having Mazi Nnamdi Kanu totally free, and yet you're not still giving your 100% to Peter Obi. But then it's up to everyone involved to see how this psychological game plays out. That's going to wrap it up. It's my personal opinion. Yours may differ. Let's interact in our comment section. What's your take?